online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
This is cool.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to AfterBuzz TV's recap of your favorite soap, Days of Our Lives. Mark, you want to put the volume down?
my music!
Yeah, that's you. That's you this week, because it's not me this week.
Gone. I'm already trying to sabotage Molly's show.
There you are. We are here to recap this past week of Days of Our Lives, and of course, I can't do it by myself. I am joined by my lovely, lovely co-host with the high hair.
Closer to Jesus, R.J. Freeman.
And
Peter Ramos.
And of course, I'm Tony Moore, and we also have Miss Molly Burnett.
Like, who do we have?
We have you. We have you.
Yay.
Mark's favorite all-time character.
I hear.
So, for those of you who are wondering and tuned in just to see this showdown between Mark and Molly, I have forewarned Molly that Mark is not a fan of Melanie, and to that she said that's fine, but he has to be a fan of Molly, and we're all a fan of Molly.
We are for sure.
All right, so let's.
Well, before we start the show, we have to have Molly.
That's right.
Oh yeah, so I flip this upside down.
Yeah.
So that the hours.
Oh my goodness.
And let Edition Day start.
And here we are. Before we get started, we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and especially give some shout outs to some groups who definitely support our show.
Yes, I want to bring up certain Facebook groups that allow Edition Days to post our show and a lot of announcements that we have with contests. So shout out to Days of Our Lives, Spoilers, Rumors, and Discussions, Days of Our Lives, We Know Their Secrets, Days of Our Lives, and all the Days of Our Lives. Thank you so much for allowing us to post on your page.
And Epic Days.
Yes, thank you guys. So, and if you guys are tuning in and you are the admin or host of a Days of Our Lives group, don't be afraid to post our stuff. Make sure you like us, follow us, subscribe, listen to us on iTunes and SoundCloud. All right, so let's get right into hashtag Dishin Days.
Oh, I start today.
Yeah.
I'm already thrown off because Molly's here. We're starting with JJ, Paige, Eve, Jen.
Yes.
Saga.
Yes.
It's a saga.
I mean, first let's admit this was kind of a slow week. That's a better way of putting it.
Very slow.
For days.
A lot of repetition.
Yes.
Which is typical in daytime.
Yes.
But a little more than usual.
Yeah. But good news for JJ and Paige. They are both going to schools in California.
Yes.
But I think even more important than that,
Yes.
they did not have sex in
This
JJ's
week?
room.
Not in JJ's room, no.
Yeah, well, I was asking him, is that when Eve was under the bed?
Cole.
Cole.
Oh, it was Cole. You said Cole.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
Because I have actually started writing, are they really going to have sex? Cole under the bed.
Yeah.
And then I saw that, and then that didn't happen.
I wish they would have.
I know, right?
Can you imagine how awkward that is to be
He's
under
like
the bed?
underneath, like.
And then hitting on the floor and just like...
That's an acting challenge.
Right?
That's an acting
God.
challenge.
I think what you're thinking of, Molly, is that Eve imagined that she walked in catching JJ and Paige on the couch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a
little hallucination.
First of all,
We have those all the time.
Lots of that.
Flashbacks, hallucinations.
it's always the flashback face where you're just like,
Oh, yeah, What?
Yeah. That's it.
and it's always spilling your secret or whatever it is that you've been holding on to.
Yes.
It's like
very informative.
Yes, everyone knows that.
Oh.
Everyone knows that.
Is that mine?
I don't
You
know
got a
whose it
secret
is.
note.
Right. Yeah. Everyone knows that like Paige, I'm sorry, that JJ slept with Eve, but it's like we're now wondering and counting down. When is she gonna figure that out?
Yeah, still hasn't happened. And if they end up moving away to California, it might be more difficult.
Which apparently they want to next week. So,
2 weeks.
well, they are in a rush. They're like, why wait?
Well, JJ's in a rush.
Yeah.
JJ's in a rush. He wants to get out.
He's a young boy. They're always in a rush.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, although I have to say, Paige is a little bit more
She's
friskier.
Okay.
Yeah,
For
look,
lack
Get
of a
it,
better
girl.
word.
Yeah.
look, Paige has had her first time, and she's like, let's
do
go.
it.
I'm
Atta
ready.
girl.
She rented a room and
Right.
Tony's first time was very similar. He had it, and then
For those of you who are wondering, I am still a virgin.
he's never had a first time.
goodness
waiting for the one.
gracious.
I am.
Yeah,
I am
right.
definitely waiting a long time.
The one for May 10th, 2015.
You tried it, but I can tell you who is waiting their time to have it again is Eve, because she is all about some JJ.
Hashtag thirsty.
Yeah.
Listen, if she's thirsty, Gatorade, it's the thirst quencher.
Yeah. Well, you know what I was thinking though too this week, because she was putting down a few alcoholic beverages this week.
When is she not putting down a few
Well,
alcoholic
I'm just
beverages?
saying
Atta girl.
we had discussed that possibly she could have gotten pregnant. So if she is,
Yeah, that baby is doomed.
Right.
I mean, autism's the least of its worries.
I mean, listen, do we need any more babies? I mean,
We only have one.
Molly's character, Melanie,
It's very
See how I'm all
confusing, I know.
Same.
Imagine how
just
I
discovered a
feel.
baby. Right. Well, listen, you know what? You could just be like the Nancy Drew of finding babies.
Yeah.
You can start like a whole like secret service department in the Salem PD.
Yeah.
Finding babies.
Yeah.
Because you're good at it.
Find a baby.
Sure.
I said a few weeks ago, I was like, Melanie should be on the Salem PD because she's the only one that can actually figure stuff out.
I've always been Melanie's always been doing that, hasn't
Yeah.
she? And she's always
Yeah.
been trying to figure out stuff she shouldn't be.
Yeah. But that's
As
good
far as I
though.
like to say, poking her nose into people's business.
Sticking my nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
She's not minding her own business.
So, I mean,
Leah says JJ's the horn dog. I disagree.
you disagree.
So is this my hair? Are you doing hair?
JJ
Oh, sorry,
is the
that's
horn dog. Did you see this? Oh,
Let's see, and
That's
then
a dirty one.
Mark, this just made me throw up a little in my mouth. Hashtag.
no baby.
No.
Think about how hot
gee,
a JJ and Eve baby would be, though. Like the attractiveness level
Yeah.
of that
Yeah,
child.
that would be a
And
hot
all
baby.
grossness aside.
Yeah.
Very
Did
beautiful
I mess
child.
it up? Was it me?
Mark, you're
Probably.
always messing
It's
up
always
stuff.
me. It's okay. You can blame me.
It is you.
Just take it out of my pay.
Yeah. Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank
Round of applause for Alexis.
Yes.
Round of applause for
Yay.
Alexis.
All right. So.
They don't want a JJ and Eve baby. Cheryl does not want a JJ and Eve baby.
Right, and Eve is obsessed with JJ Peen. Oh, am I allowed to say Peen?
Can you say that word?
Yeah,
You're fine.
I can say Peen.
You're fine, Tony.
Who's
Okay.
What are you?
JJ's
what?
Peen. That's what Lunatic Nation said. Eve is obsessed with JJ's Peen.
A lot of pink talk.
Ping?
Peen.
Peen.
You're
It's
Peen.
short
You
for
have
the-
one.
I'm learning so much today.
Goodness gracious.
I'm really showing my age.
Yeah, you are.
I was gonna color my hair too, and then I was like, oh, I have the earphones on. No one will see my gray.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Peonies and peaches.
Gray is in. No, it is.
Not in Hollywood.
Well, George Clooney's been rocking it for a long time.
Yeah, he makes a lot more money than I do.
So while we're, I mean that's pretty much what's happened with that storyline, right?
Yeah.
So we're done with that because it
Pretty
was a
much.
slow week. So while we're checking the chat room, I want to say Cheryl Hack says, Molly,
Yeah.
Molly, I have loved your character since Melanie Layton came on in 2008 as Max's little sister. I'm so sorry to see you go. I hope it is kept open for a return over the years. Which love interest was your fave and why?
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. That's so sweet.
and if you could say hi to Daquan, because he adores you.
Hi, Daquan.
I get in the most fights with Daquan.
Oh, goodness.
We're-
Okay.
Yeah, but we're friends
Thank you
on
for
Twitter,
backing
so,
me,
yeah.
Daquan.
So who
was your favorite?
Who's your
My favorite love interest?
And why?
I don't think I have a favorite one just because they're all...
The PC answer.
Well, I mean, honestly... I tell you what, I'm having a blast working with Eric Martzoff.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
we just...
Yeah.
click, and I just adore him, and he's so funny, and we try and do, we just play in our scenes, and so that's why some of it maybe looks like wasn't necessarily what was written.
Right.
Like maybe Eric and Molly did the little funky stuff. But he's so much fun, and you just trust working with him, and it's been such a blast.
When Christopher and Hero were here, we actually asked them about following the script, if they're adamant about it, and they both were like, yeah, we try to do it as close. I'm getting the sense that you may like to play a little bit more with the lines that you're given.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am word perfect.
She's the one that Christopher was referring to. But some people may like to go away from the script.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of going away for the script, I forgot to ask Jen last week, but there was this scene about a few weeks ago where it was your character and Jen's character arguing, and then Brady picks her up and walks off.
Oh, yeah.
Was that?
No.
That was.
We knew it.
Speaking of playing with Jen, is so much. I adore her. She's so talented and so funny, and me and her and Martov we're just mayhem on set.
That's a good question. We did talk about that.
Her little legs were flaring around. It was great.
So that wasn't even
She's so
scripted.
funny.
That was totally.
I don't remember it being scripted. No.
Oh, yes.
I love how she just went with it.
Yeah.
Just like,
Absolutely. 'Cause you know, going in the camera guys, and everybody to their credit, they know when it's us three. They're like, all right,
here we go.
try and follow them.
Right.
Okay.
That's great, though. That's good.
So
Good to know. Good to know.
So I guess we could just move on to the next storyline with Nicole, Daniel, and Xander.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Dad.
with Daniel trying to nuzzle up next to Nicole again.
All these Jonases getting involved.
Just doing what we should have.
Well, it just doesn't seem like they can ever get it together, and I don't understand. Now at this point, I don't understand why they're trying to put them together, because they're fighting it for whatever reason. It's like 1 week, Daniel's like, no. Nicole's like, why?
It happened like 3 times this week.
Yeah. But now, ever since Nicole has overheard Serena, because, y'all are nosy in Salem. Y'all
It's the redhead.
No idea what you're talking about.
Y'all are just walking around being like...
Just hiding behind the bushes.
Trying to figure stuff out.
It's like, what'd she say? And y'all have supersonic ears because...
Oh, yeah. We can hear it all. Or nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's blatantly right there. We have no idea.
No idea.
No middle ground.
But you can be in a different part of Hortontown Square, behind a bush, inside a store, and still hear what it is that you're supposed to overhear. I love that. So,
Cheryl just called him Dr. Douchebag. He says Dr. Douchebag is such a whiner.
Who's Dr. Douchebag?
Dr. Douchebag. Do you know how many lives Dr. Douchebag has saved?
Do you know how many dates he's gotten because he saved those lives?
Right? Exactly.
He put Jennifer's heart back in her body.
Right, and then took it.
Yeah.
And then took it out.
Right back
We're
out.
still trying to figure out the math on that.
Right.
Not sure how that worked.
Nicole overheard Serena, and now she's trying to figure out what's the connection with her and Xander. And now she's decided, well, since Xander likes her, so she's going to play into that so that she can figure out what the connection is between them.
Yeah.
I'm really all for Nicole and Xander, sorry.
I'm all for Xander in a towel.
Yeah.
Like to be together or to like separate?
Whatever idea that was, brilliant.
No, because you're referring to the scene. It was so random. You know how days can be very random. So
What?
What are you talking about?
So Nicole calls Xander, and it cuts to Xander in his hotel room in nothing but a towel.
Loved it.
Well, Christopher did it. Why can't
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, that's why I'm glad I'm in the background where I can walk fully clothed. Because I'm not trying to show no parts of me. Maybe an arm, maybe a finger.
Well, careful when you come on the show being a demure like you want to be.
Listen, as hashtag Maxine's son.
Have you heard that?
It would be. Have you not heard about this?
Oh, I love that.
Let's rehash this.
This one more time.
So I am on a what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what you're talking about because I was reading
Maxine. Well, see, that's your problem. You're always in the chat.
Got it.
I'm on
about
this
the
thing.
journey?
Days.
Yes, I'm on a journey. I'm on this thing of trying to get on days and trying to figure out what my role will be. And I decided that since it's going to take forever to actually age little Theo, I don't have time for that.
Right.
I'm getting older. I was like, okay, so I could be Maxine's son.
Yes.
Right? So I could come on and I'm like looking for my mother and it's Maxine because I'm in the medical field too. Maybe I can be a nurse. And then I find out.
Striper.
And then I find out that she.
What's that?
I know.
See?
Yeah.
I could find out that she was like the madam of the prostitution ring that Kate and Eve used to be a part of, and Stefano implanted his business, and out I came, and now I'm Stefano's son.
Well, it's not too out there.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. Yeah.
Hashtag Maxine's son.
Yes, I love that.
For example, embryos being taken out of
Yeah,
people
my God.
and implanted in other
Is that
people.
now? Is that possible?
I think it is. I think
Really?
it is. I mean,
Taken out of-
surrogacy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sarah,
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
can you take the embryo out of the woman and put it in another woman?
That's already fertilized?
But
yeah.
the fertilize, how do you even find it? It's
Yeah.
so small.
What do you
You're the nurse.
Right.
You're the
You
nurse.
don't know.
Not in real life.
Listen, you're the one that figured
I
out.
didn't go to college.
This is that line, this gray line. We get confused. Sorry.
It's like, what do you mean? You're the one that figured out that plasma can link to
What?
whether they were
What do you
pregnant or
mean you don't
not.
know if it's real? You saw it happen.
you searched it.
Yeah, the little
This is the part of the show where I just blame Melanie for everything.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to. I'm the LeBron James.
So pretty much with the whole Xander, Daniel, Nicole, that's what's been happening. We're going to see Nicole try to lure Xander in. And I love how she always knew where he was when he was
and
like
that's-
lurking around.
And that's how
So-
she planned the arguments with
yeah.
Daniel.
So she always had this face of like, I really love you, I hate you.
Yeah.
You go away. You leave me alone. Don't you ever call me.
Well,
That's what she said.
And don't forget my favorite part of Nicole this week.
What?
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
What did she do?
She
Literally,
She was talking to Serena, and Serena
she
said
made-
something, and she went, yuck, yuck,
Yuck,
yuck.
yuck. Which I rewound and played back 3 or 4 times.
I love her so much.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh.
I can't
I
get
think that was the
enough
part
of her.
when she was telling her when she was going to move to Hawaii and take Eric with
Oh,
her.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, Serena made a comment to her like she made fun of her or something. And she was like, yuck, yuck, yuck.
Yeah. So let's see, how do you guys feel about this Nicole, Xander, Daniel
And
storyline?
Cheryl also mentioned when Nicole called Xander, and Xander's line was, "I was just thinking about you."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love this. What Daquan says. Daquan says, Mark dissing Melanie is as common as Daniel sleeping with all the women who he isn't related to.
wait. Sorry, I was.
See?
No,
What
he was
Daquan
making me
said.
scroll.
Daquan said, Mark
Daquan
dissing...
said it. I don't want to hear it.
No, he said he said Mark dissing Melanie is as common as Daniel sleeping with all the Salem women who he isn't related to.
That's probably a very fair statement. Very fair statement.
Cheryl says, I cannot wait to see more of Xander.
Yes, I
Cheryl,
agree.
you dirty bird.
I agree.
Someone corrected Tony that Kate and Eve weren't in the same prostitution ring.
Well, listen, I put them in there for hashtag my storyline.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're going to put them in the same. Y'all don't know that.
It was Kate, Kira, Chad's mother.
Oh yeah, Chad's mom. That's right.
Yeah.
But, well, the missing link to the story is that Maxine was the ruler of all of them. She made sure they went to where they were supposed to go to.
There's some argument going on now too that we might need to clarify again.
What's that?
Xander? They're arguing whether it's Justin's son.
No, Xander is not Justin's son.
Go for it.
If you want to hear my rant about 2 weeks ago,
What do you think? Who is he related
no,
to?
he's related to one of Victor's.
There's new siblings that never existed.
Yeah, that never
before.
existed. They just created
Yeah. That was a
brother
whole
just for that.
that was a whole big rant that Peter did because they basically rewrote the Kiriakis family line to include Xander.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Xander could have been.
You can do that though. It's
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, with just a phone call. With just a phone call.
A lot happens.
Sure.
In Salem.
Yes.
Phone lines.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So let's move on to the big storyline of this week.
Yes.
In our slow week, which is the Will, Sonny, Clyde storyline. So everyone in Salem is trying to convince Will not to write this article on Clyde.
Yeah.
Now, listen. talk about a Nancy Drew of Salem. If you have Will Horton writing an article about you, run. Because he will spill so much of your business that, like, you won't have anything else to say. You'll be like, yep.
What did Clyde do? What is this? What is the article he's trying to...
Chad... The Demiras bought Sonic,
the Sonic magazine,
to own it, and for some reason, Chad wants them to write an article on Clyde. Which
I think it's attached to Ben because Ben is dating Abby,
and
Chad wants Abby.
It's all kind of interconnected. We don't really know why yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just coming out that the Demiras bought Sonic.
Yeah.
So, which I thought was really funny though, because Kate, when she was talking to Clyde, said, "Well, I only know one person who would be interested in this, the Kiriakises." But then the next scene, she shows up at the Demiras going, "I heard you bought the magazine." I'm like, "Wait a minute!"
No.
Kate, you're confused.
Yeah, it really just jumped.
No, she figured it out.
Well, clearly.
Yeah. At some point, there were a bunch of times where I kind of zoned out this week, so I was just like, "Gee, what happened?" Like, that's how it was this week.
Well, I think it's because it was so exciting last week with the big storyline with,
Italy
Melanie
and the baby and you being handled by Mandrake and like you being like tied up.
Yeah.
And for some reason last week no one can get their gun together. People hiding guns in baby carriages.
Yeah, that was... Why are this...
Random.
And the biggest fight last week is you and the life raft.
Oh, God.
We have to talk about that while you're here. You and that life raft were not friends.
Molly, Lisa Marie's a little upset that you don't know what's going on your own show.
Now, here's my thing. How do you know I don't know what's going on and I just don't know what they know and what you guys are and are not allowed to know?
That's true. That's what it is.
She is trying to not spill tea like Jen did last week, remember?
Oh, yeah. Jen said a little something. She's like, "Are we at?" Oh, she's like, "Oh no, wait." Oh.
See, I gotta... Some of this is not real. So don't worry.
Right. So Will is off to Poplar Bluff to write the article, even after he said that he was not going to write the article. So Sonny is a little upset with him, and Paul is coming back in town.
Yay!
Because John wants to get to know Paul.
Yeah. And I'm kind of bummed that Tori's not coming back.
John is now a new father and grandfather.
Yes. Because
That's right.
we meet Christopher,
son and a new grandson.
Ooh,
who's not named Christopher.
Not for long.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Don't ruin it for us.
Right.
I'm super excited for you guys to
Maybe
hear the
it'll get
baby's
named
name.
after Melanie. Maybe she did help.
I'll be interested to see what you guys think about the name choice.
Oh boy.
It's funny because I actually thought, I bet you they're gonna make this build up, and I'm gonna be like, really? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So
I was first thinking
It's gonna be like Brady Jr.
unless it's Mark, I'm gonna be very upset.
Well, I was thinking like maybe they would have done like a tribute to Brady's mom, Isabella, but they already did that with Belle.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe
But
they
this
would
is
do
a
that.
boy.
I understand, but a male version of Isabella. I don't know
would be the male version?
Well, I don't know. Kristen, Christopher, and then Isabella. I don't know. Israel.
Okay, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Izzy. Come, Izzy.
Oh boy.
What?
Let's see. What else?
What would your name choice be? Let's all pick a name. What do you want? What do you want it to be? Well, you know what we should do?
Today.
Oh, even better. Let's play hot and cold. You pick a name and you tell us if we're close.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with.
Or you say who's the closest. Go ahead.
Landon.
Mine is Israel.
You're gonna go with Israel? I'm gonna go with. Wait. Okay, it's Teresa. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go real basic. Like I have a feeling it's gonna be real like.
Bob.
Yeah, like something like. I'm gonna go with Mark.
So which letter is closest to that name?
It's not Mark, but you're the closest.
Oh, okay, cool.
Idea-wise.
Okay. All right.
Oh, something real basic.
Okay. You just call me basic.
That's what he did. Basic.
You are so lucky you're sitting way over there.
I mean, listen.
Shade. Do you know what
It's
shade
not
is?
a common
call it
name.
as a
Yeah.
You know what
Shade.
shade? Oh,
Yeah.
Jen last week didn't know what shade was. We had to explain to her.
She was
I've
so
had
cute.
to explain stuff to Jen.
She was like, "Oh my God, what's shade? What is it?"
Jen, you know better.
Well, what didn't I know before we start? What was the thing? SMH?
SMH.
Shaking
Shaking my head.
I didn't know
No, you
that.
didn't know.
Whoever
Shaking my
wrote that in the
head.
chat room, I didn't know what it meant.
Stupid. Okay, so
I taught Eric Martov some of the cool slang
here.
terminology, and he goes, SMH, and oh no.
Thank you.
There goes to
Thank
Mark.
you. Can I read some of the names people are writing in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Suggestions. Jonah is being suggested. Andrew or Mason.
Brady Jr. That's
Brady
what I
Jr.
thought.
That wouldn't be good because his initials would be BJ.
Genius. Tate.
Tate.
Or are they talking to somebody?
Hashtag
I don't know if they're
basic.
talking to somebody. Is there someone named Tate in the room?
No, she said the baby is named Tate now. No, the baby is named Christopher now.
Izzy B. Basic. Hashtag basic.
Someone says that we're not listening. We're totally listening.
We are listening.
We're reading.
Okay, so pretty much with that storyline, that is what happened.
Yeah.
That suggests Will needs to really concentrate on getting his stuff together with Sonny because we all know that marriage is going awry.
Yeah.
That's just a mess.
I think at this point we will all be happy, including half of Salem, if Sonny got with Paul.
Hey.
Yeah. Including Justin.
And Teresa becomes friends with Paul, and Paul
GBFF.
is
We haven't
is
heard
the
any
BFF.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything either about whether they're going to be recasting. I know you can't tell, but if they're going to be recasting.
They don't.
Sonny?
No,
Sonny?
they shouldn't.
I feel like you have to.
See, I feel like they have to,
or they better
do it.
Or they better wrap it up like really nicely. I don't know. They can figure out some transition. Look, they could. You could go play Sonny. You all have the same hair.
We do, and we're both from Ohio.
There you go.
No, they would have to Soros
Lorraine.
Sonny.
Okay.
They would have to Soros Sonny.
Very much. Oh, if Mark played him,
Wait, I missed that. What?
it's okay. You can rewatch this.
I'm gonna rewatch
There you go.
Hey.
You know what Soros is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Soap opera.
Thank you.
All right. So
Pay attention, Mark.
moving right along, we have.
You know what, Molly? I've noticed since you've been here, I'm getting a lot. We're on the shit that I don't normally get when you're not here.
We're on the defense, Mark. That's what it is. We're on the defense.
You know, you thought I gave Melanie a hard time before.
That's just so you know how it feels.
There you go.
Just saying.
I'm sure Daquan's very happy. And Daquan wrote to me on here while you guys were talking that he was so happy that you said hello to him.
Oh,
he said
thank you,
you made his
Daquan.
day.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, Leia, I am not picking on you. I really, really love you. Who? Leia.
Oh, Leia, yeah.
Yeah, she's one of the.
I think she's one of the ones that usually agrees with me, so I
Yeah.
like her.
So moving
One of the
on.
admins to
And
the
Derek.
page.
Oh, Derek
She
Keogh
works to the-
usually agrees with me too.
Yeah,
so
Leia's an admin to one of our pages.
Oh, Leah?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Leah,
thank you, Leah. And all you other admin people, make sure you like us, follow us, put this link in your group so that everyone else can join in on this conversation too. So moving on to more tidbits. The whole gang returns from Italy.
Yep.
So finally all is revealed because everyone's been wondering what's happened, what's going on. The person who is the happiest about what happened in Italy is Victor.
Did you see all that?
Yep.
I'm surprised he didn't have like a party, some balloons.
Yes.
I think I literally had tears and I rewound like 3 times to watch it over and over. It was the best part of the week.
Victor
Hands down.
was ecstatic. He brought out the
Having
champagne.
cocktails.
He was like, Marlena finally did something right. She killed Kristen.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate. Do you
Yeah.
want some champagne?
Yeah.
He was like, well, fine. I'll have one by myself. Yeah. So he was totally excited about that. And then Teresa, Eve gets a text to meet Teresa at the hospital where Eve
And it was funny because at first I thought, you know who I thought she was getting? I thought she was getting a text from Kim. I don't know why for some reason I was like, oh, Kim's gonna be on
At
the
the
show
hospital?
this week. Yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden, and then I went, idiot. No, Teresa's coming
Right,
back. So
right.
yeah, it took me a second.
So the gang's all bad.
I totally
Everyone's-
SMH'd.
I'm so glad you know what that means now.
You know, Alexis, I was glad you were back. I don't know that I'm glad that you're back.
I like these sound effects.
I'm trying. Okay,
I'm just trying to
You
be
need to get over this
awesome.
before we start my next show, okay?
So, Molly, tell us, what was it like filming those scenes
In Italy.
with?
Well, Italy is beautiful. It's in stage 2 in
How was it
Burbank.
hiking up that big hill up to that castle?
Very large hill. I met a nice Italian woman that pointed me in the woods. Mid talking to myself, she came across.
Well, actually, she went Demera.
That's right. She
up there.
obviously is not a
We
fan.
need to get her on the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
her and Roxanne.
Yes.
I love how when she pointed out to Melanie where it was, you were just like, and I was like, geez, that place is far.
We had to do that again too because I just kind of look, like a natural look. Like she points and you're like, oh, okay. And they're like, no, it's really big and really far. And I'm like, all right.
I need a telescope.
Did you guys?
right.
That's a buy. Okay, great.
It's like should I?
Okay, cool. Air that.
It's like should I Uber there? Like what's happening?
Uber. Shoot. We can't go that far.
Right. So we mentioned a little while ago your battle with the raft. And
Yes.
what was it like filming that
That's
raft?
Oh,
At
man.
some point you were just like, okay.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
The hardest part, I think, was the raft wasn't quite big enough to look like it's too big.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I was pushing the raft on myself, trying to make it look like I'm getting stuck in it. And then I love all that physical comedy stuff, though.
Yeah.
So whenever they write stuff like that, I'm just like, thank you guys. So I get to play with it. Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't even know, that's how rafts and planes work.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it is.
Listen, you get one big yank and this big yellow thing just comes at you, and you're like,
you better find a nail file real quick.
Real quick.
Pop that real quick.
There you go.
So what did you like about this storyline so far? The person who discovers the baby and what Kristen has done, because there was a push and pull at first where you were kind of like, I wanted to, I need to know, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So like, how did you feel about that storyline when you first read it?
Well, it was tough because Melanie loves Brady so unconditionally. Thank you. Yes, Jinx. SMH. Just kidding.
See, Mark, that's how you say it.
Where's the wah? Alexis, thank you.
She so just doesn't judge him, and she loves him, and they accept each other and respect each other, and so she wants to figure out what the heck is going on, but she also doesn't want to go behind his back. So it was a tough, pull and from that, but ultimately, Melanie just can't leave it alone, so she's got to find out.
Well, listen, it's a good thing because we wouldn't have Christopher right now.
Right,
so
exactly.
kudos to Melanie for being Nancy Drew and figuring that all out, because we were learning a lot of stuff. We were all like, wait a minute, you can figure out if someone was pregnant through plasma? What is plasma?
Why, yes,
I think I did. I think I
That's
did.
all thanks to Jorge.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Jorge, what a fun actor.
He
What a blast.
he got my 3 Snaps award.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Such
I
a
loved
sweetheart,
him.
too.
Yeah, he was great.
Big fluffy bunny.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
moving on to some more tidbits before we start running out of time. Abigail and Chad. Okay, so Abigail comes in and she thinks it's all about her.
Of course.
Why Chad is sad, but Chad is sad.
Chad.
Chad's sad.
Sad Chad.
Because poor sad Chad. Hashtag poor sad Chad. But he, of course, finds out that Kristen is dead, and of course can't tell Abigail, but uses that as a way to kind of embrace her, to be like, I'm so glad you're here right now, but I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah,
And that was the end of that.
I ended up staring at Billy Flynn all day.
Oh, of course. Hashtag
I don't even
Flynn.
care.
Hashtag in with Flynn. Okay, sure. No, he's fantastic. He's
It's
fantastic.
changed my life. Don't tell my husband.
So we will continue to see what's going to happen between Abigail and Chad, and she wanted to talk about the whole confession that he did, but of course nobody has time for that. So we'll figure out
Yes.
what's going to happen with that.
And then Stefano is in Italy right now.
Stefano
investigating Kristen's death.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then he was asking the police officer if this is the woman who killed Kristen.
Yes. And
And it was a picture of Marlena.
Well, I like that Victor made the phone call of like my condolences, but it's almost like Victor's kind of trying to be like, okay, listen, dude, I know Kristen's dead,
Yeah.
but let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
We're not at war.
It wasn't
Yeah.
Brady's fault.
KIC,
Yeah.
keep it cute. Just saying.
See, I never would have got
Keep
that
it
one
cute.
either.
It's like KIC, keep it cute.
I remember we were talking about how Stefano has a hard time doing things, or
I know where this is going.
When he tried to rip up Marlena's picture.
That was tough. That was like turning around in the chair.
Just like,
It
he
was
just ripped up
tough.
a little piece, and I was just like,
That's tough.
try harder. Try harder.
Yeah, Joe's wonderful.
Joe.
But he does take. But although in editing he is quick as I'll get out, because like in one look, Chad was like, "Oh no," and then he turned around and Stefano was gone.
Gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
'Cause at the
figured
couch.
Stefano has like a secret like Jetson kind of a couch where he just flipped down.
Oh, yeah. It just
Yeah,
goes back
yeah.
and it's back up.
Yeah. So he's just kind of hanging upside down until Abigail leaves. Then he flips back up.
And then somebody's got to come help him get back up. Hello?
So we'll figure out more about that. Adrienne and Lucas.
I love that.
Do you like that pairing?
I love that.
I don't know how. I still don't know how I feel about it.
It's to
Go
me-
ahead. I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, to me, it's just like accelerated JJ and Eve. You know, because they're so far apart in age.
They're not that far apart in age. I googled it. They're not that far apart in age. I think there's an 8-year difference. I have a 13-year difference with my husband, so let's not even go there. But
Okay.
Adrienne
got
is
it,
a
you got
bad
it.
beat.
Somebody's trying to play JJ and Eve storyline in real life.
Hey.
so no, I agree. Daquan, are you listening? I agree with Molly. Can we tweet that out? And I said it before. I like it just because I love them so much. I love that they're on screen, and I have to say, Judy Evans looked amazing in that pink dress. As soon as she came out in that dress, I was like, damn, she looks good in that.
She does.
And
I loved it.
I love Judy Evans just more than life.
Yeah.
And I just love that she's got a big storyline and that
Yes.
she's
Yeah.
working and
Yeah.
Brian
That's
and
exactly
Taylor's
what I said.
fantastic. I love them.
And I love, and it's just like I love that they're talking about. I mean, there's simple little things, but I love that they're talking about where Lucas lived. Like he was talking about living in Kate's condo, and that he needs to find new. Like I like that he's got a life on the show now. Like I really feel like because. And not putting down Allison Sweeney, not putting down Sammy, because I know you're all going to start yelling at me now. But it just, I think because she was such a big focus, it was just easier for everyone to go talk to her and deal with her. No one really talked to Lucas. And now that she's not there, he's getting so much more screen time, and I love it. I love it.
And he's now he's working for Countess Wilhelmina.
Yes, Chad has brought him in to take over Countess
We were just
W.
talking about that a few weeks ago. Like what happened to Countess Wilhelmina?
It's about to be revived by Lucas, so that he can stab Kate in the back.
And then Justin catching them kissing in the door.
Well, first of all, let's talk about that. First of all, the door
Sorry,
opens.
Justin. You left when she needed you.
He was in Dubai messing around with that Frozen girl, Elsa.
He needed to let it go.
Putting his
Come back.
pen in another jar of company ink, so I don't have any. I don't feel bad for him at all.
Not at all.
But okay, so how silly was this? It's like, let's go to dinner. Okay, door opens, but before we leave, let's kiss. And then Justin comes in. He's like,
I just don't like that he. I don't. Well, I think I said this on another show too. I don't like. It's like, first of all, Will has nobody in Salem to talk to about cheating. Everybody has done it. So nobody. There's like literally nobody. Maybe your mom.
Has Maggie ever cheated?
Once.
Yeah. So it's like there's no one.
Grandmother.
Sorry.
Get it together, girl. Are you?
Sorry. Grandmother.
But I don't like that Justin's being so like nasty about them, being so nasty. It's like, really? Like, how are you even coming back
pot,
into town?
it's kettle, you're black.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was
black?
really annoyed.
Maxine's son.
That's right. Hashtag.
We don't know. She has never cheated. Maybe.
Maxine.
She could be the one.
She did. We did have that scene where Maxine said she met her husband, and that was it.
Okay.
Boom.
And we haven't seen her with Abe in a while.
Yeah.
True. We haven't seen Abe in a while. So
No, we saw him
that roundtable discussion they were having with her
and him and Roman and Hope.
right. Well, speaking of Hope, just really quick about Hope and Aiden.
Typical Hope.
They're not going to talk about their jobs, but both are working with Clyde in some form or fashion.
And then Hope asked Aiden to drop him as a client.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you stop following him.
Right?
Don't be like. And I love that she actually did say though at the end of the episode, she's like, "Mommy put her foot in her mouth."
Yeah. So there was that. That's your whole slow week of days, and now we're going to get into our favorite segments, and we're going to start with mine, which is the 3 Snaps Award. Thank you, Alexis. Make sure you have that picture ready because
Alexis, I want some kind of music for my segment, so find me something.
Hashtag Team Too Much. So
and not the wah wah wah.
My
hashtag basic.
My 3 Snaps Award goes to a wonderful, funny, hilarious reaction when Teresa walks out of the elevator and shows Eve her new baby. That's right. My 3 Snaps Award goes to Jennifer Horton, who was just as surprised, if not even more surprised, about little baby Christopher. So, Jennifer Horton, you get my 3 Snaps Award.
I gotta find those. Oh, snap.
And, Peter, we're going to move on to our WTF Award.
Yes, my WTF moment.
I know what that means.
I'm glad you know what something means.
Although I didn't know what FTW.
Yeah, I tried to flip it around one week. I tried to do FTW, and he's like, "F that what?" I'm like, no, it's for the win. Hashtag basic. Anyway, so I think everyone can agree. I mean, we have been discussing it this week that my WTF goes out just in general to the week of days.
WTF days.
WTF.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Days, and I love watching it. Whenever I watch Days, I am focused. I sit on my bed and I just watch it. This week, I kind of was dozing off a couple parts.
Possibly put some pizza rolls?
No, I don't have pizza rolls.
We put Pizza Roll out of business this week.
I had Jamba Juice, actually. I had Jamba Juice, so that's cool. But anyways, I was like kind of dozing off a couple parts, and I was like, am I just tired, or is it just a boring week?
It was a slow week.
Yeah.
It was a very slow week. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my WTF. Like, you need to amp it up.
You got to rejuvenate it.
Yeah.
So, Mark, the favorite part of our show, your quote of the week.
Boom with that attitude.
Yes! Thank you, Alexis. I wanted something. All right.
I wanted something.
My quote of the week. I always try to, when we have a guest, try to maybe find something, but you didn't really have much airtime this week, unfortunately.
You just had Friday, that's it.
Yeah.
And because you're here, I'm going to say, unfortunately. Everyone's saying I'm being too nice in the chat room. I don't know. I I'm kissing your butt. I don't know. I don't think I was kissing your butt, but whatever. Anyway, my quote of the week this week will go to someone new.
Oh.
And maybe surprising. It's going to go to Lucas this week.
Okay.
Who said, and I quote, if I can read my own chicken scratch.
Obviously, you can't read it.
Who are you going to be all high and mighty anyway? The only reason we're together is because you decided to spend the last few months doing the Baroness Von Trapp.
My goodness.
So Brian Datillo gets my quote of the week.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted to give it to Victor with his tirade, but there was way too much for me to write down. So I was like, I'm going to keep it simple.
Here, I thought you were going to give it to Justin. Remember, he was talking about the bed? The turn down service?
Actually, you would be surprised. My other choice was actually Will for quote of the week because
the possum stew?
Yes. He said, what am I going to do in Poplar Bluff? Check out the ambiance and have some possum stew? So those were my two.
Fair enough.
So I'll make sure I tweet out Brian and let him know that he got my quote of the week.
And of course, as you guys know, Days of Our Lives is celebrating 50 years, and maybe it was my mic. Oh, I think I fixed it. Yay. So we like to go back and revisit some lovely moments and characters with hashtag Those Were the Days. And Peter, you have our hashtag Those Were the Days today.
This week, in honor of Molly being in the studio today, I decided to give my Those Were the Days to Miss Maggie Horton, her grandmother, a.k.a. Suzanne Rogers. I think we have a picture that we want to put up, maybe, possibly. So Maggie Maggie Horton came into, she was, a country farm girl, doing her thing, and she was crippled. And then here comes, Mickey Horton coming to. There we go. Look how amazing she looks. Look at that.
Yes, look at it. Even still now.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Amazing.
Look at that middle picture. It's just kind of like.
God, those cheekbones, everything.
I know.
Yeah. I remember seeing she was at the Days event at Oil Can Harry's.
Yes.
And when I was standing there when she came in, and I was just like, oh, wow, you really do look beautiful.
Yeah.
She's stunning.
Yeah, so Maggie, she's had tons of storylines with Mickey Horton, and she's done her crimes with a DUI and shooting drug dealers, and most recent was probably a conspiracy to a crime when she was trying to when Brady assaulted EJ, and she was trying to cover that up. But this is who I love, Miss Suzanne Rogers, Maggie Horton.
Yes.
In honor.
And I loved
Molly,
when they paired her with Victor. I loved when that happened because I was like, oh my God, they're so right.
Yeah, because she's always been with Mickey. And she was on and off with Mickey for so long.
Yeah.
And then when he had to go, I felt so bad for her. She's just, every time she's on screen, I feel for her. I love her.
Yeah.
They're agreeing with you in the chat room, too.
Yes, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
If you just tell her that I love her.
I will.
Thank you so much.
It's Mother's Day, so I'm gonna call her when I'm done with this. And
Thank you so much. I love her. Thank you so much.
All right.
She can watch it on YouTube later.
Yes, I'll send her the link.
I love you so much.
And tell her we would love to have her come on.
Sure.
Oh my God,
And do an interview with her.
Absolutely, yeah.
I love her.
You got
She's
a little
sweet.
pull with her.
Yeah.
I'll make some calls.
All right, let's go into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, some of the first news that we would like to share with you is just a little reminder. Last week we had Lucas Kerr, who you guys know as Clint. He Skyped in and joined us. But this week you can see him on CSI Cyber May 13th at 10 p.m. on CBS. So make sure you take a look at him. I'm sure you guys are looking at him already.
It's an amazing show, by the way.
Yes.
You need to watch it.
So make sure you check it out. Tweet him. Let him know how well he did. But check it out. What's the 13th?
13th. Today's
Wednesday?
the 10th.
Today's the 10th, so this week.
Wednesday the 13th, 10 p.m. on CBS. Also, we got a tweet, or TJ Hoban tweeted out that he just began shooting Days. So he is going to play a new character of some sort. So
This is not the Doctor, is it?
No,
it's somebody
this
different.
isn't the Australian Doctor.
This is Sonny?
Yeah, that's what people were saying, that he might be the new Sonny, but then they would have to Sora Sonny.
They would have to age him.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're ready to age Sonny just yet. Mm-hmm. So big shout out to
Maybe he can. Maybe he can be Nathan. Melissa?
I don't know if
Melissa's
really
son.
is
Melissa Horton's son.
Freddie still on set?
He was last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
he's still taping. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's Sonny. It's going to be someone new.
I hope it's someone you like Nathan. Nathan would be a good character to bring in.
No,
Melissa Horton's son.
But Nathan Horton was played by Mark Hapka.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
that's true. Okay. Well,
But I
someone in the
guess,
chat room said they really liked you two together.
yeah. So I guess we can do that. So congratulations to TJ. He should be starting to film this coming weekend. You will see him beginning in October. Also, a reminder: we have the Canada event on May 30th, and we have 2 tickets to give away to the Q&A. So make sure you guys go to Facebook and add us as a friend, Dish and Days, and find out all of what you need to do in order to win those 2 tickets. Make sure you live in Canada, because we're not trying to fly anybody. Just saying. Yeah. So you have a chance and opportunity to meet all of these days cast members. Brian Datillo, Toronto. So
Toronto, exactly,
we have Brian Datillo, Eric Martzoff, Jen Lilly, Billy Flynn, Galen Gehring, and James Scott. If you would like to find out more information about this event, make sure you go to starseventscanada.com.
Yeah.
And Alexis, do we have someone on the phone?
No, she's not on there. Sorry, my love.
She's not on yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So,
people in the chat room, by the way, are saying that they think that this new guy, TJ, is Alex Kyriakis, Sonny's brother.
Oh, so they're going to have 2 Alexes.
I don't know. Yeah.
2 Xanders.
Xander and Alex.
Oh, yeah.
hey, Alexis.
Which is who we thought Xander was going to be.
Is the line busy?
No, it's on.
That happened last time, too.
Yeah, that's what happened last time with the line was busy.
Nope, the line's on.
Okay. Because we have a special announcement.
Oh, someone says maybe it should be EJ.
Oh.
A recast for EJ?
Recast for EJ?
I don't know about that.
I don't know either.
I don't know if they would do that.
I don't think
they would.
either.
They would
Yeah, I
recast
don't think
CJ.
so.
Although we're still trying to figure out what Kristen did when she shot her.
Well, I mean, I think we all know that none of them are dead, but
Well, do Damaris ever die?
They never found the body,
Well,
right? So-
Lexi's gone.
no.
That's true.
And Benji.
Well, not necessarily.
And Benji's gone.
There's always.
Lexi, I mean,
I mean,
Uh-oh.
I mean,
You
yes,
know
it's highly
something.
unlikely, but
Miss Molly.
well, if they're gonna bring Jack back, if they bring my Jack back, and I don't have a new campaign, I'll jump on your Lexi campaign,
Lexi.
and I'll do what I can to make that happen.
Thank you so much.
Because if it works for Jack, I think we're supposed to do I was asked to do a
What?
tweet blast. I think that's what it's called. I was total SMHing. I don't know.
You're totally shaking your head.
But no, they want me to do a tweet blast for hashtag Bring Jack Back. So they want to do it like on a specific day. Everybody, do
everybody
a huge
just blow
thing.
up.
So I feel like they sent me something and I saw it halfway because because I'm so busy.
very popular.
So
very
busy walking my dogs and waiting for my husband to come.
Cheryl in the chat room wants to know where we can see you next.
Yes.
Come out.
Yeah, well,
you
I
wanna-
just filmed a show last week in New Mexico.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it is yet, which is so lame. I'm sorry, but the second I'm allowed to, I will let you guys know.
Can I? Well, I'll mention I saw. I guess we can talk about what's on IMDb because there
Sure.
was something mentioned. Control Delete.
Oh yeah, the movie I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I finished that in January. And it's super cool sci-fi. I play a hacker.
Lex.
Yes.
I did my research.
Yes, very
See,
good.
Daquan, I didn't let my hatred
Very
for Melanie
good.
stop me from doing my research.
All right. Yeah, I play a hacker, and my boyfriend and I hack into a computer system that has the ability to kind of take over the world.
Nice.
So it's kind of like we're trying to stop it. So it's kind of like what happened in
Terminator,
North
War
Korea.
Games.
North Korea, they hacked into Sony and released all this
Oh,
stuff.
that's
So
right.
we're trying to prevent that.
Got it. And one real quick before I forget, did Jesus call you today?
Hello.
Camila?
Twice.
I watched that video too.
Hello. Can she hear us, Alexis?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Camila. Yay! I called you instead.
Okay, great.
How are you?
I'm like still super busy.
Okay, so everyone, we have Camila Banus on with us with a very special announcement. Camila, tell everyone the
Hi,
big special
everybody.
announcement that we have discussed.
Okay, so my special announcement is I get to be back.
Yay! Gabby is coming back.
Already getting the
Yes,
perks
I'm
of
so
an Emmy
excited.
nomination.
Yes. So, fill us in, Camila. Like, what have you been up to since you left Days? Because you've been doing a lot.
I definitely have tried to stay busy.
Yeah.
Right after I got off the show, I got approached by a writer called Wally Lamb, and he wrote a book called Wish and Hope, which was on Oprah's bestseller book, and it was a New York bestseller. So it was turned into a film, and he wanted me to play a role because he saw me on Days of Our Lives.
Nice.
Which was crazy. So that was crazy. I went over to Connecticut and did that. That was amazing. And then other than that, I have been testing for pilots, and I've just been learning and growing so much. Really, I did a couple of commercials, which I know a lot of people have seen, and
talked about
that's
it.
really great also because it just keeps it fresh and fun, and they're really fun to do.
Yes, we actually mentioned your Hyundai commercial on our show. So
Elantra.
Nice.
Was it Elantra?
that's a Hyundai.
Okay. I'm
So you don't know SMH and you don't know your cars. We get it.
I don't know my cars.
Hashtag
I don't know my
basic.
cars.
Camila, we also have Molly here in the studio with us.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good. I'm bummed I didn't get to see you the week I was back.
I know. We'll hang out. We'll chat when we're not on the radio show.
No, definitely.
Call me up.
So we would definitely have a game night or something.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
I love that. Well,
Awesome.
Camila, thank you so much for calling in and letting everyone know that you are coming back. I think everyone's very excited to see what trouble Gabby is going to start once she returns to Salem.
No problem. I've already had my third week back, and I'm having so much fun. I even bumped into Tony the other day.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right. She was looking as as stunning as always.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So eventually we will have to have you on the show. Well, how about we try to have you on the show when you first come back so we can be reintroduced to Gabby.
Awesome. I'm sure we'll be able to talk about much, much more by then.
Yay. All right, Camila, I know you're busy, so I will let you go. But thank you so much for calling in.
No problem. I'm so glad to talk to you guys and just say hi to Molly.
Hi, baby.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Bye.
Thanks, Camila.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Nice talking. Bye.
Yay, that was the special announcement that I was trying to hold in. Yay. In case you guys didn't know already, Gabby is coming back, and we're so happy that Camila is back because she did a fantastic job as Gabby, and especially when she was in jail and when she went to jail, and it was she was a lot. So
she was
welcome back. Yeah. All right, so we have to go now because I'm sure Alexis is gonna cut everything off in here. But before we go, Mark, tell everyone where they can find you and the height of your hair this week.
So I haven't started my Twitter for my hair, but I will do that soon. But you can find me at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE LOVE on Instagram and Twitter, and then Facebook / Mark J. Freeman.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealJuligan, and you can also follow us at Facebook's / Dish and Days.
And of course, Molly, let everyone know where they can keep up with you.
Oh yeah, well my Twitter is Molly Dolly because I'm an adult, and the Dolly has 2 Y's because apparently there already was a Molly Dolly. And then my Instagram is just Molly Burnett.
Yay. And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Lounging with Tony, and on my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you so much, Molly, for coming in.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
And I really hope you will come in again.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you will come in when Jen has her sleepover party here.
Party. I'm
I was going to say to
excited.
Camila, she should come too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It'll be
we'll
like
get all of us girls.
like a big
and Billy Flynn.
A girls' night and Billy Flynn.
And Peter's going to sit over there. That's my role.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in each and every week right here for a full recap of your favorite soap opera Days of Our Lives. We will see you back next Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to share our link. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.